Hello and welcome back to If Not For This podcast, where we dive into all of the choices and unexpected moments that shape who we are. Today, we are joined by my main squeeze for the last episode of the year, our holiday show. My favorite person on earth. He is a husband, super dad, fifth generation farmer, and love of my life, Mr. Jay Norman.
Hi, baby.
Hi, thank you for coming on. If you guys have not been around since our podcast, Moving On Again, we had that show for a good 6.5, 7 years. We weren't very good at recording because we didn't have a team. Even though I have a team for If Not For This podcast, they still drag me kicking and screaming because one of the main components of my personality is procrastination and love for others. Procrastination and love for others.
You're killing both of them.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I needed to record a couple of shows, and I gutted and rearranged our living area instead.
And it looks really awesome.
Thanks, honey.
Yeah.
I posted those pictures on Facebook and Instagram if y'all want to see the product of my procrastination. It is a cozy product.
Yeah, you procrastinate with something else going on at the same time.
A champion level of procrastination. I don't know what it is about that, but I am going to get to the bottom of it. But meanwhile, we'll have a nice home. You know,
We do have that.
I was going to
And a changing home.
A changing home.
There you go.
And I wanted to record a show yesterday, and then he was going to come home. We were going to record another one. And I told my team, I'm going to have 2 for y'all. And we finished the day, and you came home, and I said, I'm spiraling. I don't. The old me around, not the old me, the me a month ago.
Yeah.
About once a month, I tell you I need 2 things.
Pizza and wine.
Pizza and wine. I just get to where I'm spiraling. Nothing really can satiate the way I'm feeling. I just get a little in a kind of a mini personal tornado. It's almost a shame tornado because I'm like, why didn't you record today? Why did you do this? Why do you have a podcast if you don't want to record? Why let your yes be yes? Why'd you tell your team you'd have 2 and you're going to have 0? And so I start really bullying myself. And you were so good. You were like, let's go to the gym. Let's go eat. Let's do this. And I'm trying to do a lot better with my food and a lot better with my drink.
Yep.
And
you have.
Thanks. But my old script tries to run, and that's what I've really been trying to think about lately is which script runs. People call it food noise. But on a night like that, where I get into that storm, my remedy that has proved to be very trusty is a hamburger pizza from our gas station. It's my favorite.
Yeah.
And a bottle of wine. We'll get on the couch, you'll rub my feet, and I will drink that bottle of wine, and my brain will get quiet finally, and we'll watch a show. And that's just my favorite. And right now, we're trying to find something healthier.
We are in the replacement last night. We ran into some friends we hadn't seen in a while.
But tell them what we did first.
First, we went to the gym for a baby pump.
A baby pump.
A baby pump for you. I didn't, but.
Yeah.
And then we went to Texas Roadhouse and ended up sitting down by some people we hadn't seen in a while and did a lot of laughing and had a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was such a wonderful nod from our God that he knew exactly what my restless heart needed. And it was somebody a friend of ours that you've been friends with for a long time.
A long time, yep.
And she is somebody that, I always tell you guys, be interested rather than interesting. And her name's Leanne, and she is always interested. And so she is one of our friends. A lot of our friends are very good at saying, like, how's it going? How are the kids? But Leanne is going to keep that going all night long.
Right.
And I notice it because I feel like that's what I am in a relationship. And it feels nice to be reciprocated, and it feels nice to spend time with someone like that.
Fellow deep diver.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Yep. She's really, really thoughtful. And God knew that I needed her last night.
Yeah.
But we got too close to the gym, and, at like 6:30, it feels like 11 p.m.
Yep.
And so I was like, we were going to do Anytime, my gym, and then go to Roadhouse. And we got close to the gym, and I was like,
I'm hungry.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
do you want to just go to Roadhouse? Like, let's just call it. This is crazy. It is 11 at night. It's like 6:30. And you were so good to be like, you were exactly what I needed, because Jay hates to be the accountability in my life because he just does not want to play that part.
Right.
We're grown, and we've been through that, the nagging and the please stay on me, and then when you do, it's like, not welcome.
I don't want to hear it that moment. Yeah.
We don't want to be that for each other. We've just decided, and I'm sure some marriages can do it.
Well, there's some things
Just
you
don't like it.
can, and some things you can't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was thankful.
Yeah.
I was thankful for you. And there's some, just like you said, some things it's okay. And I thankfully love the way a workout feels. And I knew that it would, and I would have pushed back on you.
Do you ever find yourself guarding what you say because you're worried about being held accountable for it?
No.
You don't?
Do you?
I do at times, yeah.
You do?
Some things, yeah. I knew you wouldn't be, though.
You didn't?
No.
I don't really hold anything back from you
Yeah.
because I'm not really scared of you.
Yeah.
So if I say something, like say I don't guard myself and I just go ahead and say it, and I don't like what you return with, I'm just going to tell you.
Yeah.
I didn't like that, and I heard myself, and I don't want to do that after all. Like, I'm just going to go with it. But what's your example of it?
Probably would be something to do with working out,
Mm-hmm.
like saying I would like to add this, but when I know in reality I don't have the time for it, but you're going to lock onto it and be like what you said. And so, and so that's the only thing I was just thinking. I was just curious if you ever did that.
Probably to an extent, but for the most part, you've created such a safe space that I can be all the things.
Yeah.
So went to the gym, and from April 1st to 1 month ago, I started doing this just like I like to play a song on loop. I developed this little workout that I love so much, and I just played it on loop for however many months that is. 7?
I think so.
7 months, I just did the same workout. I had gotten really good at it. All through the summer, everything went really good. My body had gotten to a space where I really appreciated, and I've really been trying to talk to my body. Like, thank you for responding to the work that we're doing. You guys are doing an awesome job. Somebody said something about talking to yourselves and praising yourselves and how they'd been just seeing such wonderful results from doing that. And of course, it sounds silly, but in the year of our Lord 2025, I'm trying anything silly. And so I started talking to myself on the vibration plate, and I love it. It makes me feel more a part of myself because it's almost like we all convene. And so I'd gotten to a really good place. Well, when the kids started school, our little community has turned into like a city overnight. So where last year it would have taken me like 10 minutes to get to the gym, this is more like 35 minutes.
Right.
That's my excuse. So I just come on home and do a workout at home. That's never as good.
Don't get the same, yep.
So I'd started kind of slipping in my physique to where I could feel a little overwhelmed. And then I started kind of, as we got closer to traveling in November, some questionable overeating and over drinking, and was left with a situation where I'm not fitting my clothes, and I'm not liking what I'm seeing in the mirror. I'm not liking what I'm seeing on the camera, trying to be as positive about my body as possible, but knowing I can do better than this.
Yep.
So when I went back to the gym, I just thought, all right, I've got this wonderful base from April 1st to November of lifting exactly how I wanted, but lifting real light and sticking to more of like a toning session that feels good, like my muscles across the range of motion, the mobility, getting a wonderful, like, elevated treadmill walk-in and stuff. And I thought, let's go back to our roots. And so I've thrown in some heavy as I can, as it wouldn't be heavy to you guys, but heavier lifting. And my body has responded so quickly to it. I'm 1 month in, and I'm really, really enjoying the results that I'm seeing.
Me too.
You are?
Yeah.
That's your response to all of that?
It is, yeah.
I realized that I was talking so much, so
Well,
I
that's
wanted
okay. That's your podcast.
to give you a second. But I really was just so excited about not really pushing myself in the gym because I'm getting older and I want to look forward to going to the gym. And sometimes when we were going to CrossFit, we're like, God, they're about to beat my ass. And it was just almost like a mental ass whooping. Like, what are we going to do? I didn't want to do that to myself. I wanted to fall back in love. And so once that base of love was there, I reintroduced the heavier stuff. I'm not doing like barbells or anything. I think one of the heaviest weights I'm doing is like 70 on the lat pull down and 30s on the shoulder press. But it has felt really good. And if you guys are in a situation where you're really wanting to go back to the gym and you're just not sure where to start, I just want you to know that I took all year to just lift as light as I wanted to, and then I switched into some heavier stuff, and I've just felt really great all along the way. I would never say, this is right. No, this is right. No, you're doing it wrong. And I think that's what you're hearing online everywhere, and it gets so cloudy.
Well, until you took a break and you kind of got away from it a little bit, or it kind of got away from you, however you want to look at it. But you got back on track, and you know, because of that work, it recovered pretty quick.
Yeah. I don't really want to put an emphasis on lifting light and having fun versus lifting heavy, because I really did see wonderful results from both. But I will say that as I'm lifting heavy, there's a part of me that wants to keep lifting heavy. So I want to say that my brain and my mind and my emotions right now are appreciating the way these weights are making me feel.
Well, I think part of that too is just, I mean, you did that for 7 months, you got stronger, and when you lift heavier, you feel strong, and you want to keep feeling that.
Right, but I wasn't lifting heavy all year.
I understand that, but that lifting light for that 7 months made you stronger, and now you can feel it.
Yeah.
And you want to continue to do that.
Yeah. And it's almost like it really did kind of slowly in my own time. I've never really done anything like that. That slow burn, a 7-month slow burn of just getting ready for something and then to implement this new change. My body has responded so quickly to it. But I do just want everyone to just be so relaxed with everything that you're seeing on this is right and this is wrong. And so I don't ever want to put anything out there like that. I want to encourage you that the way that you enjoy moving, whether that's roller skating or pickleball or lifting some weights, I do encourage you to just go forward in it. You don't need to ask anyone, is this right or is this right? Or do you think this will work? If it is something that you enjoy and it's something that you've seen results from, it's gonna work because you enjoy it and you've seen results from it. And so what is the use in going to somebody that's going to tell you, yeah, that would be good, but it would be better if you did this split with these reps? And it's like, are you going to stick to that? You're not as comfortable. You don't feel as good at remembering how to do it like that. And so I do just want to encourage people that in whatever way you like to move, I promise you it's not as complicated and complex as the fitness industry has made it to seem.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a lot easier to show up to when you're doing something you like.
That you love.
I struggle with that, myself, just getting there.
Yeah.
Number one, because of the time frame, it's so early in the morning, and then and we're going to do legs today, and I am not looking forward to it. I'm not looking forward to being sore, and it makes it harder to go.
I know. And so how are you doing without have you seen a big difference in not being able to get your workout in? And second, do you want to tell them why you haven't been able to get your workout in?
I can do that. So about a year ago, I was doing step-ups, working out, and I felt something pop in my foot, hurt just momentarily. I did a couple more, but I thought, something's probably happened, so I better just quit. So I just stopped doing it. But I had done them since then, but my foot started turning out. My right foot started turning out. It wouldn't stay straight, wearing shoes out really quick and boots, and tried everything in the world. And so finally told my doctor and went in, got an MRI, and have a ruptured tendon in the bottom of my foot, and then it allows it to turn out to the right. And that's been 6 weeks ago this week that I've been on a scooter and haven't worked out, and I can tell it for sure.
Really?
I can already feel, because I haven't really worked either. Nor have I worked out. The only work I've done is pushing that scooter and getting myself in and out of the truck, so I can feel the muscle leaving a little bit and pants getting a little tighter.
You may have built that left leg up.
Yeah.
It being your solo leg for 6 weeks, and I do want to commend you. He let us know that if he could get off of it for 6 weeks, there would be a 50-50 shot in him regrowing this ligament or tendon?
Tendon's what he calls it.
This tendon is near gone, and he got himself kind of pushed through the pain and got to something pretty dangerous. As he does, he just kind of pushes through the pain and he gets by it. And that's what he has always learned. It's what's in his blood. And you got to something pretty dangerous with your foot. They said, so for the plan was to 6 weeks on the scooter, to try to heal that. And then if that doesn't work, surgery. And if the surgery doesn't go well, they're going to stick a rod up your heel into your leg, which would put your foot and ankle kind of at a static position.
Yeah.
And Jay's 55 and has zero plan of ever retiring. Yeah. So a rod in an ankle is not really an option. And I think you did such a good job with that as your motivation.
Yeah,
to
for
stay
sure
on it.
didn't want to have to deal with that, number one. And anyway, I could get out of surgery, I wanted to, but it didn't pay off. The six weeks, no change. So we got surgery coming up here in a few days, and not looking forward to that. But hopefully it'll be, the surgery where I'll be able to walk normal. So we'll see.
We sat down on Thursday, and he sat down with his back to me, the doctor, and he said, it's pretty much a copy and paste, but I couldn't hear him. And so he started into his whole thing. And I was like, can you go back to the first sentence? What did you say? Because I didn't know what the news was yet, because I couldn't hear him. And he goes, it's a copy and paste. And I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, the MRI from 6 weeks ago to today is the same exact MRI. And this wave whooshed over my body. Like, if y'all wouldn't have been there, I could have just sat in the corner and just bawled my eyes out. I was just like, and so you, at the end, you said, do you have any questions, babe? You're doing a whole lot of smiling. And I was like, because I think I was like this, and I was like, this is a preventative smile.
Yeah, I'm trying to hold out.
I am doing everything I can.
Yeah.
This is like the fakest smile that you've ever seen in your life. I didn't even know I was doing it. But I just felt so bad for you because you put in so much work and you did it at 100%. You bought in to the whole thing. And to have zero change after that much dedication just made my heart hurt for you. I just wanted good news for you.
And just one of those, just is what it is. Or
just
going to have to roll on and get it done and get it fixed the right way, I guess.
But in this podcast, we like to look for the silver lining. And so if not for it not regenerating, if not for the surgery that you're about to have in a couple of days, we won't be able to get to have this next 5 days after the surgery together. Right when we got married, I had a breast augmentation. And a year and a half ago, I had them out, an explant. And if you ask me some of our favorite times together, it's that weekend right after the surgeries.
Yep.
Matter of fact, I kind of wish I was a hypochondriac because I really do I like them nurses doting on you and everyone's worried about you. It's so sweet. And then we come home and we just eat pizza and watch movies, and I'm high as a kite from the pain medicine, and I just drift in and out of sleep, and you're right there by me.
Yep.
We can't go anywhere.
No.
It's not even up to us.
As long as we got the pizza, we're good.
Yes, pizza.
Because I was waiting for you to say it when you started telling that story. It's a huge part of that recovery.
Pizza is an underlying theme.
You usually give a kind, though, but...
Those 2 weekends that I'm talking about are Red Baron.
Yeah.
And then this lately is gas station.
Yeah.
And y'all know how much I love pizza is directly in correlation to how much he doesn't.
Nope.
He does.
I'll pass.
And I was raised by a mom that loved pizza and a dad that hated it. You've never seen the inside of our home before.
Not for that long.
And you're going to get 5 days
Yeah.
and just look at all the things I've done to the house. And you'll be like, this is nice.
I'm going to go practice on it tomorrow. And
you should come by more often.
Yeah, stay a little longer.
You should take off work a little more.
I'll do my best.
Yeah, so we're going to get 5. He said you have to stay for 5 days. And if you do that on Tuesday, right now we're recording, on the 13th of December.
Yeah.
And I don't know when you guys will hear this episode. Maybe before Christmas, maybe not.
Yeah.
And because everybody's kind of slowing down, including my team, and I want them to. But if you do your surgery on Tuesday, that puts 5 days before your birthday. Your birthday's on the 23rd. We'll go to your mom's, have so much fun for Christmas, and you'll be able to get around a little bit.
I hope so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not looking forward to it all, but it's got to be done. So I'm looking forward to being home, but I'm not looking forward to all the rest of it after that.
I know. I think it's going to be nice to just hang out on the couch and watch some movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of this being the last show of the year, I love that you're on the last show of the year. I think it's and I didn't even plan it. I'm going to be honest with you. I love that you're a part of the last episode. This is our Christmas episode, and you and I, when it comes to Christmas, have done a lot of dealings. I wouldn't say that we have won Christmas, but I would say that we are very much way further down the road than where we started.
I would say for sure I agree with that. It's become a lot easier than it did when we were first married. And it's taken a lot of, I think, changing on both our part, but it was definitely a very sore spot for us for a long time.
It's tough, isn't it?
Yep, it really is.
I know one of my dear friends met with me after the divorce, and she said the sentence, "I hate Christmas." And she was like, "I used to love Christmas, and I hate Christmas because of everything that goes into it. You're either, I think we've said it on here before, you're either without your child, and that is horrific.
Yeah.
Or your child is with you and they're not with their other parent, and that's also awful." And
well, and then you have traditions that change because you got two families that have come together, and it's hard to figure your way through all that.
Yeah, but ours not necessarily have changed, or yours haven't.
Yeah.
To be honest with you guys, my Christmases at my divorce stopped. I mean, I haven't spent a Christmas with my family on Christmas since my divorce 10 years ago because my family lives in Louisiana. So I'm unwilling to take my children from their dad. And so to take them to Louisiana, maybe we've gone around the 20th or 21st, but I'm not going to go to Christmas Eve with my family and then drive 7 hours on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day to get them back to their dad. It was a policy that I was like, that just doesn't feel right to try to Like being with my family shouldn't mean my children are in a car for 7 hours on a major holiday. And so we ended that a long time ago.
Well, and that way you both get them on Christmas Day too. And
yeah,
that's good for the years off. I mean, mine's been the other way, so I can kind of see that from both sides.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, when I didn't have my kids, I didn't have them. And, yours,
yes,
usually y'all shared them on Christmas Day.
Share.
So, yeah.
We share. There's so many different facets to the difference between yours and mine.
Yeah.
So you have spent your entire life of Christmases at your mom's, and that's not changed. It can't really change for us to be here at our house because your kids seemingly were only getting that every other year.
Yeah.
So for me and my children to get y'all at our house would mean that, just like I said, Christmases with my family stopped at the divorce.
Yeah.
That's what that would mean for y'all.
Sure.
And so there's a lot of different ways to look at that. And there's a lot of emotion that goes into it. But at the same time, I feel like you and I have agreed that we're going to do whatever we can to make our children happiest instead of us.
Yeah, if we have to divide and conquer to do that, we do it. Yeah.
Because essentially, our children didn't ask for 2 Christmases, much less 4, because there's grandparents and
we did try the forcing part,
yeah,
and it didn't ever work.
We
right.
did.
Yeah.
We've got a little bit of apologizing to do.
Yeah.
And so now I want to say that's what we're doing now. Is I implemented my children going to your mom's for many years.
Yeah.
And we were one big happy family at your mom's, but no matter how much love you drench that situation in, you still have kids that can't be with their mom or their dad.
Or their cousins or aunts and uncles or
to be with their step-parents' family.
Yeah.
And it might work for some people. It just doesn't for us. Yeah. Not because of anything that happened, just simply because how life and relationships are.
Right.
And so now we divide and conquer.
Yeah.
And so he takes his kids to his mom's. I go and I stay as late as I can. Anytime the rule we've developed is anytime my children are with their dad and with their whole family, they have this huge, wonderful family.
And they're close and my family's close.
They are. They're only like within an hour.
Yeah.
Both are within an hour from us, so that kind of works.
Yeah.
However, my children do get to spend a lot more time with their dad's family because he's close. So the play that we run is when my children are with their dad or in their family, I'm with you and my in-laws, because Jay's family, goodness gracious, they're amazing. They're just like my family. And whenever my children come back, my kids and me are here.
Yeah.
And I didn't think I would like it because I'm just used to like 25 people. But we get a puzzle and we get good food and good music. And I want to develop a few more maybe 1 or 2 more traditions this year to implement. And I guess I kind of thought, if I don't have my husband and I don't have all the kids and I don't have my family, this isn't worth anything. Yeah. And honestly, that's bullshit. Like it's wonderful. We did it a couple of years ago and we did it again last year. Somebody was sick and it just ended up to where I could have them.
Right.
And I was just so thankful.
Well, and I think too, just like we talked about, I don't know, a couple of nights ago, we feel like we really need to soak that in, whatever we have to do, because I know those kids are going to get married and then we not only have 2 sets of parents to deal with, now we have 3 sets of parents, counting, their spouses' parents.
Yeah.
Family, and we're worried about the time we're going to get in, and we've been so flexible that we feel like they may lean on that flexibility to make it work for their spouse. And
yes.
we're worried about losing out on time. For
We
sure.
are a little bit. We've talked about it a little more lately because we've always made sure we've tried to not ever be the squeaky wheel.
Yeah.
Because we always felt like that was best to take our hat out of the ring, to not put any more pressure on our children than they already feel.
Right.
And lately we're like, are we messing up?
Yeah, you start second guessing
that.
Yeah.
And I don't think so. I know even you and I talked last night, and I was like, we don't ever put anything on the books. And so our children are not ever saying, well, we have this with mom and with Jess and dad, or with Jay and mom, because we don't put anything on the books. We just hope for the best.
I think only time will tell. I think it may go down to be per child. It may be different, and that's the way it's always been. And,
I know.
You know, we'll get our butts handed to us in one spot and we'll pick up a bunch in the other. Just who knows how it'll come out.
My scary thing is when we do put something on the books and they don't come.
Yeah.
That's your
fear for any party.
That's my fear for any party. My girlfriend had a birthday. She was turning 16 or 17, and her mom worked all day. The whole entire dinner table was full of Skittles and chips and dips and little Smokies, and no one came. And I never recovered. She's fine.
Still costing you now.
She's so happy.
She had a lot of food anyway.
We both did.
Yeah.
And I guess you could say I came. I was there.
Yeah.
But I did watch it. I didn't like it.
Not.
It sends me when my kids are
flagging cars down.
Oh gosh, one time Cash took the 4-wheeler for his little party, and I knew a lot of them couldn't come because he has a summer birthday, and so does my friend that had the no one come, is at the end of June. And so everyone's traveling. And so Cash's is in June and his friends are gone. And so he's like, Mom, I'm going to take the 4-wheeler out to the front of the driveway to wait for my friends. And I was just like, okay, just stick a bullet right into my forehead.
Yeah.
Like, that is my nightmare, is my favorite baby boy on the planet waiting on a 4-wheeler for no one to come.
But he's good too.
He's awesome. And everyone came. Like, there were so many people that came that year, and I was just like, thank God.
Yeah.
So I guess I do probably like to play it safe, but even you and I have been talking more about being more proactive with setting a date, and I don't think I want to.
Yeah.
I don't. I think that our kids get pulled every single which way. And I think our gift to them for Christmas is to pull our thumb off, to pull ours off, because we can hang out. Even I heard myself after I decided this. I was talking to Lily, and I said, "Hey, when can we see you and Bryce? And then also, when can we see you and Bryce for Christmas?" Well, the outcome was not very bright. Like, it was just like, I don't know, Mom. We have this and this, and I work and I work. And I was like, well, I just, out of the blue, I go, well, we'll figure it out. And if not, we'll try again next year. And I meant it. Like, if I can figure out a way to just, it's that verse in Philippians 4, chapter 4, that whole chapter is so good, you guys. And it's just about how, like, I've learned how to be content through the Lord in any and every circumstance. And I feel like for post-divorce and blending a family, and here we are 9 years into blending our family, there is such freedom and surrender and just figuring out how to be okay no matter what. Like, not having to rely on our circumstances. And I know it's so much easier said than done, but it's one of those things that the more times you do it, and how are you going to do it? Through the testing. You can't just hope for everything to always be good, because you're never going to learn how to be content in the bad that we say. But so that's what I'll say is like, or how I always used to say, Ashley would say, less celebrate. It is Philippians 4. It's like, it's just rejoice in the Lord always. like no matter what's going on, to just continue to rejoice in the Lord and to let people see you rejoicing in the good times and in the bad, in the easy times and in the tough. And that'll preach.
Yeah.
We're all just I'm just wondering, what can we do to help? Like, this world right now just feels like a freight train that's going off the tracks, and I'm just one person. There's nothing I can do to help with this situation. And that's not true. Our truth and our gratitude and the way we carry ourselves and the way that we behave and the way that people see us responding to life, you see that on a daily basis around you of who is pushing forward and doing the work and who is taking extra time to complain and whine about the state of our world.
Yeah.
It's almost like separating people right now. Who's ready to concentrate on what matters and what we can control instead of fussing about what we can't control? And not only can we not control it, we've never been able to control it.
Yeah.
And so that's what I want to show our children when we're going into these holidays, because this is our 9th set of holidays. And so just instead of just trying to like control them, not our kids, the holidays, like control and choke out those holidays and get every bit we can to say, see, our kids want to be with us and our family wants to be together. Our kids love us and our family is great.
Yeah.
And it's like, now's not the time. Now's not the time. Okay? Like, go figure out something to do. You and Jay, go dancing or go travel. But right now, the kids are being pulled every which direction. And when they want to see you, they'll see you.
Well, and I think, too, throughout everything we've gone to, not even talking about Christmas, we've just learned that, the more pressure we take off, it just seems like the more that it comes back to us. And I think that's what we've learned about Christmas. And I think that's what's led us down this path. And I think we, as we move forward with them and, they get loaded up with their families and all that, I think if we stay the course, it comes out the way it's supposed to, and we'll get the time that we want. But ultimately, our focus was always about, what was best for the kids. And I mean, we screwed that up a lot at first.
Yeah.
I mean, like we were kind of
Selfishly.
blinded by things.
There's a lot of emotion.
Sure. And I think as long as that continues to be the case, I feel like we'll get back everything, that we're looking for. And it may look different than we want, but we'll ultimately, it'll work out.
Yeah. Well, and I think there's a huge difference in being like, hey, you, I love you. I want to be around you. And I'm happiest when you're here. Mom's happiest when you're under this roof.
Yeah.
But mom's okay. Like, I'm okay if you're here. I'm okay if you need to go. Mom is going to be okay.
Yeah.
You're not going to get silent treatment from mom. You're not going to get a talking from mom. Mom is going to I'm going to find out a way to regulate my own emotions. And I'm going to figure out how to be okay if you have to choose a different house to go spend time in. And like you were saying earlier, is in the beginning we messed up. And the good thing about that is messing up is where we learned the most.
Sure.
And one thing that we learned is when we were pressuring them to be here, then we got a kid that was pressured to be here.
Yeah.
And that's the grossest feeling.
Yeah.
They wanted to go somewhere else. They are here because they felt guilt tripped into it. And it's a mood and a air that you're like.
Well, and that wasn't just here, and it wasn't just Christmas. You did it at parties. You did it at other people's birthdays.
Yeah.
And felt like you needed to have them all together, and it just didn't fit. And you had kids that, were more worried about one parent than the other.
Yeah.
And so, it was just such a mix of emotions of all of it. It just, and you still don't completely figure it out, but it's definitely a lot better than it was.
There's the reason that you don't completely figure it out is because we're talking about 7 to 9 people just in our home that are influenced by, that have to consider another 20 outside of it. So there's no possible way 27 people can get their wish.
Yeah.
And so then you're like, well, flip-flop, alternate Thanksgiving and Christmas. That doesn't work either because there's too many people alternating and there's too many split homes. And so there has to be a way that, and I told you, I get so upset. Over the years, I've gotten my own feelings hurt because I didn't grow that maturity. And I've gotten that immaturity has led to me getting my feelings hurt by a kid that was supposed to be here not being here.
Yeah.
But I forgot along the way, and you've been so quick to point it out, that we have two that no matter what are here, whether we're trying to have some like private date in the house or our time, we've got two that are like, see ya in 10, And so we have tried to choose to be so thankful. We've always played numbers. Like no matter what, we've got two of our kids that want to be here nonstop. And so I think relying on that kind of thing, but I think in the truth of relaxing into no matter if one kid is here, 5 kids are here, or just the two of us, just finding a way to implement what that means.
Right.
Like, oh, good, it's the 3 of us. Let's take that one kid out and let that kid be an only child tonight.
Right.
And go back to, we can try again next year because no one's going to, what is it? Will it matter in 5 years? Will this one Christmas matter in 5 years? And that's just, but going full back to, if you have found yourself in a situation in a tug of war with your ex-spouse for your child's time at the holidays to say you got it, you're going to be miserable.
Yeah.
Because we tried it.
Yeah.
We tried it. We can tell you. We can tell you that there was some incorrect, selfish, flesh feeling that felt good that your kid wanted to be with us.
Yeah.
And that's not correct.
No, it's not.
It's not. There is no future. There is no future in placing your needs during these holidays over the health of your children.
Yeah. And that's a tough spot to be in, and I think it's human nature to feel that, but it's definitely not correct.
Yeah. So where do you feel like we started, and where do you feel like we are now, and what do you think the biggest incidences are that changed it from A to B?
I think we started trying to make it about, this group of 7 and that we were all together and we were all it didn't matter where we were at, we were going to be together, and you just had kids that weren't happy, with that process, whether it was timing or they missed their other parent or whatever, it didn't work. I think where we are now is, I think you've got 5 kids that are happy and you and I have figured out how to be happy with what's going on with it, and we're okay if we're apart a little bit and we come back together, and that's fine. And you've had to be a lot more accepting there than I have. So, I mean, you've done a lot more work and put in a lot more work.
That's really nice of you to say that.
Yeah. So
thanks, babe.
You're welcome. And then I think, what was the last thing
what do you feel like, what was the iron that sharpened that from where we were into something that we are today?
I think it's just a reflection of everything that's happened. Like we, all the times you push and you get a response, or you pull back and you get a better response. I think that just what we've learned over time, that, where we applied pressure wrong and it bit us in the butt, versus where if we just backed off And, it came back to us twofold. You just learn over time, you just have to kind of back away a little bit.
Yeah.
And, if it's down to a kid, you're trying to teach them something, that's one thing. But if you're trying to force them into something just to make yourself happy or make other parts of your family happy, that's really not where it's about. And, the only thing that I struggle with a little bit in all of it is by not applying that pressure, and like where we've gone to my family and with my parents, when all that changes over time, where does that tradition lie? Like we don't want to be the odd man out. And I guess that's when we're talking about it. I'm worried about that, is not having a tradition because, for them to come back home to.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it's not just about Christmas. I mean, we've said we want them to, want to come back to see us. And if we don't win Christmas, but we win, large part of the rest of the year, then that's okay too.
To me, sometimes I think it's hard to keep traditions going just because of how fast-paced life is. But I don't feel like we have a hard time starting traditions. And so I don't think I've ever really worried about that. I think we will, I think that will be really, of course, tough when that evolves. And he's talking about his parents being older and they're not always going to be with us. And so that's why we are sacrificing our time as the 7 at our home so that Jay and his kids can be with his mom and dad and the kids can be with their grandma and pap.
Yep.
My kids have a pop and his kids have a pap. And so we are making sacrifices for you and the kids to be with your parents while they're still here with us. And you're talking about when in that time when they're not with us anymore, what will that look like to come back to this house because we don't have the tradition? I don't worry about that because we do know how to be here and be together.
Yeah.
We're very good at it. We like to be all in. We have this one space that's our living room and dining room and kitchen. It's all this big open concept room. And we like to be in there together. It doesn't happen a lot because they're older and there's a lot of different schedules and stuff, but we do know how to do it. And I think all of that practice from all of those years, say that is at the 15th or 20th year of our family, I don't worry about that. I really have a peace that those traditions will slip right back into where they need to be, whether there's going to be grandkids that come here or, I really look forward to knowing that by doing what we're doing now, because we're doing the hard thing. We're not doing the easy thing. We're not doing the thing that you and I want to do. We're doing the thing that we think would make our kids the happiest.
That's most beneficial to them.
Yes. Yeah. And so I don't think by you and I trying to sacrifice our selfishness for the sake of our kids means that we're not laying some really pretty groundwork for something that's going to happen in 5 or 10 years. Yeah. And you and I will be 5 or 10, 15 years down the road into something different, emotionally beautiful also. And so where we've busted ass for 9 years to get out of whatever that was, like when we started that selfish. Dull is a good, we were very dull. Yeah. And to bust ass for 9 years to just try to catch up so that we didn't F them up more than we had in the first few years. I mean, it's almost like we're always just playing catch up, apologizing and paying for therapy is what we've decided. And so just think of where maybe we could possibly be in another 10 years. And so I hope you'll let that go because I really think that we just have such a really cool future ahead of us.
Well, I think, my philosophy most of the time, you just live with it and roll on. And it works out in the end how it's supposed to. And so, I mean, that's the way I see it. I feel like the way it comes out is the way it's supposed to.
Yeah. Yeah. You and I do enough talking about it too.
Yeah.
So it's nice that we could talk about it here. Is there anything going into the holidays that sticks out as more important to you that maybe we could work on, like from last year where you're like, we tried last year, but we just didn't really get it? And so this year I want to be more focused on this. Does anything stand out to you like that?
No, I wouldn't think so. My biggest thing would be where, I've had one child
Yeah.
that, it's just every other Christmas. And I think that would be maybe as she gets older to try to pinpoint, how that's going to look like, but at the same time, not apply pressure. And,
Yeah.
Selfishly, that's what I look at because, it is tough when you don't have them Christmas. I understand, people dealing with that what they're going through because it's not fun and it's not fun, to go to my family without her. And it's not fun, to be here and she not be the one that's here, and
Yeah.
so I think that's something that, I'd like to, if I could see in the future, I'd like to know what that looks like down the road.
The balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If that changes, when she gets older and where that comes out. And obviously from the other side, I don't, you don't want the other parent there by theirself either. So it's a tough road.
Yeah, for sure. Isn't it?
Yep.
I think if you guys are struggling with it, and you want to reach out to us, I'm a good one message away, even if you're kind of in the midst of something pretty complicated that there's seemingly no answer. We have a couple of different situations where there isn't an answer.
Yeah.
Like we might look like we have it nailed down. We don't, because there's kind of two major facets that come with our holidays that there isn't an answer. And so we really have to lay down kind of how we feel about, and I can get ignited about it.
Yeah.
But there really isn't a right or a wrong answer. There's really just this is the best that we're going to do.
Yeah.
And that comes because we got divorced. And there's a bed that you lie in after you get divorced that no matter how much work you put in or how comfy you try to make the bed, there is still a bed that you must lie in after you get divorced.
Well, and one thing too that we hadn't talked about along that line, we got divorced and then we remarried and we brought the thoughts about how our relationships with our parents and our siblings, and we wanted to keep all that the same on both sides.
Yeah.
And if you're blending a family, there's just really no way to do that.
Yeah.
And be fair. And I mean, I think a lot of that, we had to figure out how to kind of get past that and where it becomes more about you and I and not worrying about what others think along all those pieces or trying to keep them happy, more focused on keeping ourselves happy. And because that, that was a lot of what it ignited you and that, made it really tough. And I think it took me a long time to truly understand that. And you have softened on that a lot. I've probably improved some, but you've made huge strides on that. And that's what I was, really, really speaking to earlier.
I just miss my family.
Sure.
I love my family.
Yeah.
But we got to go down for Thanksgiving and spend like a wonderful time with them. But if you focus too hard on, but what about Christmas Day? Why can't I have Christmas Day with my family? And that's just not, I've decided I just can't go down that road, So, but I do think that it is just like my other favorite verse of just continually bringing those thoughts before the Lord so that He can help you to rejuvenate and start over mentally, just a constant renewal of your mind. And I think anytime you're in a situation where you need a constant renewal or, you just like, I just learned that last month. Well, it doesn't matter if you learned it last hour. This is a tough one. And so there's no shame in needing to stay so close to the Lord for a constant renewal to know how to act. And not only is there not shame, there's so much blessing in needing to stay so close to Him, during this time. And think of what your children get instead of a mama that got their time. My children are with me. Their mama's happy. They're with me. I never had to worry about where else they were going. I never had to be pressed to go to the Lord in survival. Like, this sucks. Like, where are they? Why are they with the other family? Why didn't they want to be with me? So now my children have a mama that knows exactly where to go, or knows to go directly to the Lord to survive and to not look like an asshat all the time, because there's so many emotions that go into Christmas. And so I can see how it's so quick, the little transition to forget how to act and forget where to go. But I can see the importance and the value in staying close to God and entering these holidays and going, I don't know what we're going to do exactly. I don't know the answer to this question that doesn't seem to have an answer. But I do know who my God is, and I do know where I'm going to find myself, and that's right by Him. And I think that the truth in that is that no matter what happens in the next month, in the holidays that are coming up, that can't be wrong. There's no way that can be wrong, to stay consistently in conversation with our God as He molds us and makes us into somebody that's content with anything that is about to come through that front door.
Right.
And
or not come through the front door.
Or not.
Yeah.
Babe, that was funny. Or what doesn't come through that front door. Babe, what's a way that you found connection this week that caught you off guard?
I'll tell you what, for me, it's a simple one. But
what is it?
Going down there to McKinney and playing Pictionary with
Yeah.
with three of their 2 kids and a girlfriend, and just, you know how fun that was. And, like when we got to that house, I could have gone straight to sleep. Like, I was dead tired.
Yes.
And then we did that for hour and a half, 2 hours. I was wide awake. And so I think just the connection of doing something. I mean, I've never even done that before.
We need to tell them about it.
Yeah.
Because it was huge. So we get back to we just grabbed a little VRBO in town. I can't have him move to town, but I need to be in town. So about 3 days every couple months, we go stay down there. So we took the kids out to eat, and we go back to the little VRBO, and Henley's like, let's play Pictionary on Netflix. We all have our phones. We all not download the app. We just connect to, you take a picture of the screen on Netflix.
Yeah, the QR code.
Wish I could tell y'all where else we went. Did we go Netflix Games?
I think so.
Okay, I think we went to Netflix Games. All 5 of us, Cash, Mia, Henley, Jay, me, we're all holding our phone. We take a picture of the screen, and it sends us into a Pictionary game. And then each person takes turns drawing on their phone, and it shows up on the screen, and everyone's guessing. And whoever guesses, you press guessed, and they say who guessed it, and you pick. And then there's a point system, and it is a freaking blast.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
We didn't want to stop.
No.
I think they were done. And we were like, could we just do one more round? And it's just really funny to see how everyone's brain works. Everyone's brain is essentially up on the screen. Like, Cash just kept doing like the most intricate, roundabout way to say his word. And the whole time I was like, I'm never going to guess this, but I cannot wait to see what word this is.
Yeah, it was very, it was funny, and it was just fun being with them and doing something, a game that they wanted to do with you.
Yes. Yeah. I'll tell you, mine will probably be my son before that. We went down to Thanksgiving, and in front of his cousins, he acted his age, and Cash has never acted his age. When it comes to his mama, he's always with me. He's always on my lap. He's always laying on me. He's always sitting by me, rubbing my face, pulling on my hair a little bit. He's always right by me. Well, the whole entire time we were down there, he didn't want anything to do with me. And it was rough. And I talked to him about it, and I said, I don't know if you're a teenager and he's like, Mom, I'm a teenager. And so I essentially just felt like we turned a page, and I had a real good cry. And I was like, God, this is rough. And cut to, when was that? This week.
Yeah.
we go down to McKinney. I grabbed him at school and we headed to Target. And I get out of my car and he's standing on the other side of the car with his arms out to hug me. And the rest of the evening was what I described.
Yeah.
Touching my face, holding on to me, sitting on me, laying on me. And so I was like, and we're going to just turn this page back. But it was just so nice.
Yeah.
So I know we're on the cusp.
Yeah.
I had plenty of time. I know I can be a big girl and figure this out.
Yeah.
I will not be
I
will not be a weirdo boy mom, but I love that person more than I love that boy. God, I love that boy. And he loves me.
Yeah.
And so anyways, that connection really caught me off guard because he told me in Baton Rouge, that's done, Mom. I'm a teenager now. And so it was really nice to have a little resurgence, even if the whole time it was happening, because he kind of laid on me to watch a movie. And the whole time I just kept telling God, thank you for this. Thank you for this, God. Thank you.
Yeah.
Even if this is the last one, thank you that it wasn't before Baton Rouge and Thanksgiving. So, babe, we're going to have tonight. Tomorrow, we have a very, very special memorial tomorrow.
Yep.
And then we're looking at surgery next week, and things are really going to slow down. The memorial tomorrow, I think it's kind of special to tell you guys. When he called me to tell me his friend had passed away, he said, I lost my very last cheerleader. And I said, I'm your cheerleader. And he said, well, not this kind.
Yeah.
And you go ahead and tell them.
Well, they're just an older farmer area. You know, there's three, and they all cheered for you, watched what you were doing, interested what you were doing,
respected you.
Yeah, and you earned it over time, and and you get, and that's the last one. So
that's the last one. I'm sorry, babe.
It's a tough part of life.
So we're gonna go tomorrow and go to his memorial and see a bunch of people you know and love, and it'll be really nice.
Yep, it will.
And then surgery will be next week. And do you have a request for the meal the night of your surgery?
I just hope I can eat. I don't care what it is.
When you can eat, what do you want?
That's a good question.
Enchiladas.
Yeah.
That sounds good, doesn't it? That's a good comforting.
Yeah. Enchiladas or hamburger helper.
Enchiladas or hamburger helper is a very good tendon rejuvenator.
Yeah, very good.
All right. Well, I love you so much,
I love you too,
baby. Thank you for being on here. And do you want to do the first show of next year?
Sure.
Okay. I love you.
Love you too.
Thank you guys for being here with us as we get it all out. And when we come back to y'all next time in a couple of weeks, we'll be able to tell y'all if we were completely full of shit or if we pulled it off. And I bet you it'll be a wonderful balance of both because life is about balance.
Meet in the middle.
I love y'all so much. Send me some holiday messages. We're going to be on the couch. So I'll be ready for your messages, and I love y'all. Bye.